I have no idea what's happening in my life. I don't even know what. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't talk with my family. I don't interact with them at all because I've experienced so much disrespect and just I didn't feel like it was okay to be myself, and I had to cut out everything that did not align with who I am, which is the absolute baddest bitch ever, an absolute goddess. And for a long time, I felt ashamed and scared what other people would think of me for cutting off family, because in American culture, family is like everything. And they say blood is thicker than water, and they say your family is meant to do this and meant to do that. And honestly, it feels so shitty when I would watch like videos of other families and like they seem happy and they say like, oh, families are meant to be happy and people are meant to be there for you and whatnot. So to think back to like my family, and I'm just like, I don't have that. That's not how my family is. And I'm left with this feeling of guilt that I cut off people that were meant to be the closest people to me. And I will never have that picture perfect story, that picture perfect family. That's not for me. And that's okay. And I had to come to terms with even your family. If they disrespect you, cut them off. Whatever does not align with you, cut that shit off. Because I also had to understand that they say, oh, no one's like family. But at the end of the day, there's no exception. If you disrespect me, and if you cannot show me that you are for my highest good, then you do not deserve to be in my life. And I literally had to just say, no, I'm not accepting this kind of treatment anymore. And I had to walk away. And because for a long time, I accepted that kind of treatment based off of, oh, they're my family, I have to keep them in my life. And it just left me feeling like shit. So I had to just put my foot down and say, you know what? I don't give a fuck if you're family. If you do not treat me with respect, then you do not deserve that title. And I realized, like, at that time, like, you have to earn that. You have to earn that title. You aren't just given it. I hate when people are like, oh, since you're my family, you're stuck with me. Or since I'm your mom and I gave birth to you, you're stuck with me. I'm like, no, you have to still earn that place within my life. You have to still earn that. You don't just get that. You have to show me that you actually care about me, that you're capable of loving me, that you're actually good for me. And I feel like that should change about our culture, because not every family is like that picture perfect one. Not every family is loving. Some families are incredibly toxic and dysfunctional, and we're sitting here romanticizing being with people and saying like you have to stick with them just because you were born with them. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm gonna go create something better. I'm gonna go create something that resonates with me and something that really does feel like family. Because I agree, I feel like family is a big part, but to say that the people that you're born with is your family automatically is not true. It's not. And I know that there's people out there who feel as I feel, and I just want to say that, like, if anyone disrespected you, if they didn't treat you the way that you deserve, you have every right to not talk with anyone. You have every right to say, you know what, I'm gonna not accept this anymore, and I'm only accepting the absolute best. And if you cannot give that for me, if you cannot give that to me, then you are not deserving to be a part of my life. And that's okay. And if someone has something to say about it, how about they go live with your family and they can just, go to a vacation home and just spend a lot of time with that family, and they can take your place and they can have they can have that place with them. That's fine. Like, if anyone has some shit to say about me and what I think, go live with that. Go live with those people. That's fine. You could take my spot. I don't mind. That's cool too. Anyways, I just wanna I want to like feel good about my choices, because I feel like in this culture, this dumbass culture, it's like you're kind of made to think a certain way. People want to make you feel like you have to think a certain way so that I can be accepted by society and by communities. And I'm actually so done. And it's so stupid. And for a long time, I lived that way, but I wasn't happy. I lived like that, and I wasn't happy. But strangely enough, when I started to break the rules, I felt happier, but I felt like I had to do it in silence, because I was afraid of what other people would say. That people would judge me for doing these things. And yeah, it still is scary. It really is. But I don't know. I just if you can't treat me right, then I'd rather be alone. And I had to, even with my ex, like, and it was just with a lot of people. Like, I decided to walk away because if being with you feels like shit, why am I with you? What are you adding? What are you doing for my life? Nothing. And it's okay to say that, like, you're not adding anything into my life. It's okay to be honest. Like, let's not pretend like these people are like fueling us and giving us and feeding our souls. Like, let's not pretend like they're not. They're not. So, but if you still want to stay with that person, regardless of if they are or they aren't, that's on you. But recognizing that these people were not feeding me was the main thing of like, hey, okay, I'm done. It's gone. And how I feel now without really talking to my family, I don't communicate with them like literally at all, and I don't rely on them at all. How do I feel? I feel like, I don't know. I don't really feel anything. I don't feel like I'm missing anything because I left for a reason. But like, I don't feel bad about it. I guess I feel kind of good about it because I put myself first, and I always want to do that. I always want myself to know that, like, hey, like, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you deserve people that reflect that. You deserve the utmost best. And if there's people out there who can't give that to you, then leave. It's okay to say no to that, to things like that. And I guess it's improved my relationship with myself, and like there's literal material proof of me putting myself first. Like, every day that goes without me talking to them is like proof of like, hey, I set my boundaries and I will keep it. And also something that I realized, people will really disrespect you, right? But I will never let them have the chance to disrespect me again, because because I'm not talking to you. Like, they can't disrespect me. I know, I'm sorry, I switched my wording. I said you, but I meant them. It's like, you know what I realized? So they disrespect me, right? A lot of my family members disrespect me. And you know what? They won't have the opportunity to disrespect me again because I'm not gonna talk to them. They can't disrespect me if we don't talk. So there you go. Problem solved. There you go. And boundaries like protect me and my energy. And for a long time, it was really hard to set boundaries because I was afraid, again, of what someone else would say, how someone else would feel, if someone else would feel bad or good about whatever I fucking said. Like, for a long time, it was like, it was a lot of like, my choices were based off of what someone else would think. It was never for myself or to put me first. And that kind of living is so draining. That kind of living is so fearful. That kind of living that's not living, if I'm gonna be honest. If you have to constantly think about what someone else is saying or if someone else is approving what you're saying, you are not living. You're not living. You're a robot, and they're putting in your programming. They're literally programming your life based off of how they feel, what they think. You're a literal robot, but you're not. You're human. I'm human. I cannot live a life based off of what someone else feels or what someone else thinks. I don't even want to. I could live that life, but I don't even want to live that life because that's not truly living. That life is a life that's wasted. Oh my gosh, that kind of life is a life that is wasted. Because how am I gonna waste this opportunity to live on earth and to live it for someone else? No. I refuse to live a life based off of what someone else thinks I should live my life as. I refuse that. So yes, is it scary to live my life authentically myself? Yes. But it's even more scarier wasting my whole entire life living it for somebody else. That is even scarier. So pick one. It's like, pick which fear. And I'm gonna choose the fucking other one. The life where I'm like authentically myself. Hey, people may judge. People may not like it. People may have a lot of shit to say about it. But it's even scarier to let that stop me from living my life. So yeah. Currently, I'm working on manifesting my dream life. My dream life is to be able to buy anything that I want to buy. My dream life is to be able to go anywhere I want to go, to be able to do anything I want to do. And for a while, there's people in my life that tried to stop me from living my dream life. That's also a sign when someone tries to stop you from living your dream life or accomplishing your goals, and they say things like, oh, that's impractical, or you can't do that, or that doesn't make sense, that's the number one sign of that person that person is not meant to go with you where you're going, because they don't even want to be in your life. That life that you want, they don't even want to be in it. So that's like a sure sign of them not even being in it. They're not even in it because they don't even want to be in it. So they're obviously not in it. And that person needs to be cut off for sure. But yeah, I've had like things like that, times like that, where I kind of shared my philosophies and my ideas, and someone just saying, no, that's not true. That's not right. You know what I did? I said, you know what, okay, I'll change myself so that it can make sense to their world. But that was just me dimming my light for somebody else. And I recognize that now. And I don't deserve that kind of life. I really don't. And like everything that I've done was so that I can make my life better for myself. Because I've honestly been through like so much shit. I've been through a lot of shit. And I've seen me at my worst. I've seen me at my best in some regards. I think that I'm always evolving and I'm always getting better. But I've seen me at my worst as well, and at my best, current best. And I just wanna be able to give myself everything, because I don't ever want to face that shit again. I don't ever want to live the kind of life that I've lived again. Like once was enough. It really was. And I just want to do everything that I can to give myself the best life ever. Like that's why I'm doing this. It's just for myself. And like I just want better. I do. And if I have to cut off every single fucking person, I'll fucking do that. If I have to put myself out there, I would do that. If I have to be the best person that I could be for myself, then I would do that. And I thought of making my channel based off of my own love and my own self-worth and my own validation for myself, because that's why I'm doing it. So might as well make a whole thing about it. And yeah, I have no idea what to say. I'm honestly waffling. I'm rambling, bro. But that's fine. That's okay. Yeah. It's okay to ramble. Maybe people are just watching this and they're like, I love this girl rambling right now. That's cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I just want to give myself the best life. And I want to travel places, and I want to get a cat, and I want to do human shit, bro. Shit that's just a birthright. Like, isn't that crazy that there's people out here that are starving and sleeping outside, and that are just being treated like shit and being segregated and being like judged and still experiencing slavery, or I don't really know what's going on in the world, but I imagine all of this shit still exists in some way. And that's just crazy, because like I feel like everyone is deserving of a good life and the opportunity to have one and build that for themselves. And we're kind of told that we have to live like one life, but that's just not true. There's people doing exactly what I want to do and more. So why can't I do that? Why? Because someone told me I couldn't? Fuck that and fuck them. Fuck that and fuck them. Fuck that and fuck them. That's insane. It really is. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just... This is hard, because I don't know what to talk about. But, yeah, I'm learning how to just be myself, whatever that looks like. This is me being myself. And this is me being myself. This is me being myself. And it feels so good. I encourage you to be yourself, because it feels so good. It feels like I'm not wearing anything. It feels like I'm not trying to put on a front. It feels like I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. It feels like I'm just being me. And that feels really good. Like when you know what it feels like to try to be someone else and try to be someone you're not, and to wear a skin that isn't yours, to take it off feels so good. It's like I could breathe. Scary, yes. I still feel a little nervous and anxious, but the thought of like me, this is me, and I'm not trying to be something I'm not, feels really validating and feels really good. So I encourage you to try it out. Sometimes it may still feel like you'll mask, or if it'll feel fake, or it'll feel wrong even, or you'll feel scared. But when you get past that, and when you just ground yourself in it, it feels like the best thing. It really does. So I'm trying the social media shit. I want to be famous and I want to have a lot of money, but like the reason behind that is just so that I can take care of myself and give myself a better life. That's always been my purpose. Like that has always been my reason to move forward, was to give myself the absolute best life. And I think where my life shifted to that was because for a long time I was living for others. For a long time I was trying to be something that I wasn't. And all I ever wanted was to be loved. Like that was the thing that I've always wanted, was just to be loved, really. And I feel like even in therapy I talked about this a lot, like years ago, like 2 years ago really. It's just, the little girl in me, she just wanted a friend. She literally just wanted a friend, someone to hang out with. And I was bullied as a child, and that was hard because like at school I was bullied, and then I'd go home and I would feel neglected and I wouldn't be able to talk about it. Or it was like, yeah, it was conflicting because I didn't know how to express myself, and I didn't know that it was safe to. So yeah, if you ever went through that, kind of like being bullied and also not having like a safe space to even talk about it or even express your feelings, like I feel you. I do feel you. And you're not alone, and it's okay. Like being treated that way isn't okay, but having gone through that and to just exist still, even having experienced that, you're okay. You're gonna be okay. And you're amazing as you are. And it's like hard because a lot of it is like people's projections, and like a lot of it is from people and them not knowing themselves, and it doesn't excuse it at all. And it's just not your fault though. Like the way that people treat you isn't your fault, and it isn't yours to fix. And right now I'm just imagining me telling my inner child that, like, hey, it's like, it's not your fault. It's not. And it's not yours to fix, and it's not yours to take, and it's not yours to hold. And you can let that go now. Like, you can let that go now. And I don't want that to be my story anymore. Like, I don't want to be the girl that was bullied, and the girl that didn't have a good family, and the girl that was always crying or didn't feel good. Like, I don't want that to be my story anymore. And it's hard to let go because it was like an identity, like something that I felt was happening and me attaching my identity to it. But that's not who I am. That's not my life. That was only one chapter. And it almost feels weird to let go of that because it's like, maybe I'm betraying. Like, I feel guilty to almost let go of it because it's like, what if that little girl like dies? Like, what if she doesn't exist and everything that happened to her? What if that's like me telling her that it didn't matter? But it did. Like, how she was treated did matter, and her feelings did matter, and I don't want her to feel like I'm trying to invalidate that. But I feel like it's time to let go of that story because it's not mine anymore. And I don't want to live like a victim. I don't want to live like that because life is beautiful. Like, I've experienced so much after that, and people are beautiful. Some people are shitty and fuck you, but some people are really beautiful and really amazing and just feel out there that like are just like, there's hope for humanity. And I want to live my life on the glass half full side. Like, I'm appreciative towards those moments, and I'm ready to let them go. Like, I don't want that to be my story or define my story. I want to be the girl that doesn't stop herself from being herself, that doesn't change herself because of what other people see, that doesn't follow the rules. She breaks the rules. She wears what she wants. She says what she wants. She does what she wants, and she doesn't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks. Like, I want that to be my story, rather than the girl that was put down, the girl that was born with like the worst deck or whatever. And I think that has never defined my story, but I just feel like that has just been something that has been like a prominent thing in my life, that I no longer want it to be a prominent thing in my life. I just want to be me. I just want to be happy and to just live life adventurously and unmistakably. That's what I want my story to be now. So I guess I'm giving myself permission to let go of the past and to let go of that old story. Like, that's not my story anymore. And I don't want to live that story anymore. I don't want to really even tell it anymore. Like, if I'm like trying to help others and give examples, like, maybe yes. But I want to talk about like fun things and things that uplift me. And I want to try to, or at the very least, I want that to be more prominently shown and talked about in my life. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a part of my journey. And if you stay to the end, thanks for that. I appreciate that. And I hope that this video inspired you or made you feel less lonely, or I don't know. I hope that it impacted you in a positive way in some way. And always remember, you win no matter what. Bye.